recording. Okay, I believe we've started. Yeah, started recording. Then I'm going to...
Baba Booey.
Huh?
Baba Booey, Baba Booey.
Yep.
Anyway.
So we're going to more or less pick up from where we left off last week. I just need to pull up some ambience, and we'll be starting in, if I can find it. Yeah, this'll do. Okay, so we pick up where we left off last week. We're gonna start off with the three fellows who all decided to split up and do their own investigations into matters. I think the question here that we want to start with is who wants to go first? Who wants to handle their investigation first? Because we have three.
I'll let you decide that.
Well, is there anyone who would like to go first? Who would like to start off?
I will start off.
All right.
Because not too sure what I'm supposed to be asking. So I'm gonna need a little hand holding.
There was an ambassador killed. You gotta ask about that, you know?
Yeah, the ambassador was killed. Murder shenanigans. This does not happen very often.
Okay. In that case, we are going to start you off approaching the Earth Embassy on Vulcan.
Oh boy.
Specifically, it's the United Earth Embassy. Because, again, even though the Federation, is a thing, and, there are Federation embassies all over the place, planets also have individual embassies on planets. And that stuff is allowed via the Federation Charter. So...
I've got to put these paper pushers somewhere.
Oh, it would be great if all the stuff in the journal loaded, because I wanted to put your token down on this map. That is funky. Hadfield? No, really? That's weird. Am I... I'll reload roll 20. Anyhow, yes, you walk in through the big front doors of the Earth Embassy. You've been in buildings this large before, but it never stops them from being imposing. It's even more so that, if you were to go into, say, a Federation embassy on a foreign world, it would still feel very Federation-y. If you were to go to another world, another power's embassy, on, say, Vulcan or Earth or what have you, it would still have elements of a Federation embassy on it. You'd feel the effects of a Federation influence on the construction of this embassy. Not so much the case here, because this is just an embassy between two Federation cultures. So they're given a certain amount of leeway in how they want to conduct themselves as an embassy.
Okay.
So it's weird. It doesn't feel like a Federation embassy, and it doesn't really feel like a foreign embassy.
Huh. So I'm in limbo.
Yeah,
There you go.
at least that's how it feels to you, as an Andorian.
Gotcha.
Because this is neither foreign to you nor familiar.
Alright, let's walk on in.
All right, doors open. Well, at least the swishing of the doors is consistent.
Is there a receptionist?
There are a number of receptionists. This is a major embassy.
Oh boy, oh boy. So when I walk up to them, what am I gonna ask? Who am I gonna ask for?
That's totally up to you, buddy.
Yep, you are here investigating the death of a Vulcan ambassador.
Okay, so I'm gonna walk up to a receptionist. Right. Hi there, my name is Lieutenant Tevzonin, and I'm currently investigating... The fuck? Currently investigating the death of the Vulcan ambassador. I was wondering if you knew anybody I could speak to about such a matter.
Oh, you're one of the people looking into the incident a few days ago. Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Uh, well, I should be able to put you in touch with someone. Things are rather, I wouldn't say busy around here, but, we have a little bit more business coming through here than usual. I'll see if we can make time for you.
Awesome.
And,
That weird shanty.
she turns away for a few seconds and starts tapping at a terminal
Oh, boop, boop, boop.
and says, yes, all right, we should be able to have someone go in and see you now. If you'll follow me, Lieutenant.
And off we go.
Yep. And this human woman walks you down some hallways into a small conference room where a couple of humans are standing.
Hi. I'm Tev.
Hello, Tev. I'm James Atwell. I'm one of the consuls here at the embassy. How can I help you?
I'm currently investigating the death of the Vulcan ambassador, and I was wondering if you had any information on the subject.
You're gonna have to catch me up. This is a mostly Vulcan matter. And the United Earth's embassy has no real connection to the incident at hand. You'll have to catch me up on what you know. And just so you remember, the ambassador's name was Vitesk.
The task. So how did the Vulcan die?
Stabbed.
Where was he stabbed?
Right in the chest.
Or
Not chest, below the chest, sort of.
Liver area for humans, but Vulcan's heart.
Or as my history teacher would like to say, he got his vibe checked, just like Caesar did in the Ides of March.
That's vibe checked. Oh my gosh.
Vibe check.
No, I meant whereas in was he in a house?
Oh, in his own office.
Oh, okay.
His own office, but it was too clean and orderly for said stabbing.
Oh my.
At least for a amateur hour killing.
Gotcha. So this wasn't just, somebody wanted to mug him. It was planned. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, let me think how to word that. What was the guy's name again?
Vitesk.
The test. Okay, so Uh, ambassador guy. uh, Let me tell you what we know so far. We know that this Vulcan, the ambassador, was inside his own office at the time. We know that he was stabbed in the chest, and we know that it wasn't some random act of violence. It was obviously some done by somebody that knew what they were doing.
Hmm. Vitesque, you say?
Yes.
Oh, this is a bit troublesome. We've actually known of this ambassador. He's had minor contact with a couple of folks within the embassy. It appeared to be more of personal contacts, however. Very little in the way of very little in the way of true diplomatic work between the embassy and the ambassador. However, I do believe he did. I do believe he occasionally brought up matters of policy, let's say, with his friends here.
Interesting. So would you say he was confrontational?
As confrontational as a Vulcan can be. Well, no, I take that back. I suppose Vulcans can be pretty confrontational if they want to be. No. Calm, collected. Typical for a Vulcan, I'd say.
All right. Would you happen to know his whereabouts before his untimely demise? Like, how was he acting? Do you know if he planned to go anywhere? If he was
Huh.
planning anything extra confrontational?
Uh, well, I'm not the one to ask. I didn't know him. I only heard of him through minor conversation. However, I can bring you the someone who did know him.
That will work. Thank you.
And he goes to the wall terminal, taps, and he says, "Secretary, can you see that Marianne Grainer is brought forth? Um, there's the Starfleet officer who you brought to talk to me would like to have a word with her." And a couple minutes later, like 3-4 minutes later, a woman comes in. She has hair that's short cut and sort of I wouldn't call it a bowl cut, but it's
Is it a Vulcan cut?
no. It's short. It's short that goes down to about her neck, but no further, and it's kind of uniform on all sides.
You mean like a bob?
Kinda.
Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about now, yeah. Like what Ensign Rowe had.
Yeah, kind of similar to that. Yeah, kind of similar to what Ensign Rowe had. Um, although the hair's kind of swept in the front. It says, yes, what may I be of assistance?
What was the rank of this person?
This person doesn't have a rank. She's a she's a
Ma'am?
she's a civilian. She's a civilian working in the embassy.
Gotcha.
What does she do?
Who does she do? Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Hello, ma'am. My name is no, I am Lieutenant Zonin. I'm here about the the recent death of the Vulcan ambassador, and I was told that you might have information about this person. what kind of person he was like, or if around the time of the death, if he was nervous at all, or if he had planned to do anything. Something that will help us understand why he was killed and who possibly could have done it.
Could you give me a presence command difficulty 1 check?
Presence, command, difficulty 1. Can I do a value?
I mean, if you have an applicable value to the situation, I don't see why not. But
doing to others as you would if others doing to you. So I'm thinking, like, you wouldn't.
I mean, it's only a difficulty.
Help somebody.
It's only a difficulty 1, and I will let you know this will be a succeed at cost check. And I'll take. I have to start off with. Do we have everyone?
I think we do.
Awesome.
So I'm gonna roll.
Get to start off with 12 threat.
Oh, you got it. And we got momentum.
Oh man, nice. Got 2 momentum.
Them babes love endurance.
Hey.
They got him.
Same. Yes, well,
There's
I
no
had.
cool.
Oh yes, well, I had heard he'd passed away, and well, forgive me. Guess you could say I'm still mourning a little bit over it, and I don't really like to think about it. But yes, I did have some brief discussions with him the day before he passed. Really, mostly talking about his hopes for a future assignment. My work between here and the Vulcan consulates. Mainly.
Wait, hold on. So she's saying he was hopeful about working with the consulate more?
Of work, or not so, not, she says, no, not necessarily with this consulate, but let's say broadening his horizons, maybe moving to a larger posting. Yes, he's had experience working with smaller powers such as the Talarians, but he's long since wanted an opportunity to cut his teeth on a larger assignment.
Interesting.
Perhaps something out in the Shackleton Expanse. The 10th Fleet made a lot of discovered a lot of new races out there that the Federation has been let's say, running to make diplomatic in-ties with, such as the Rord, the Karamathians, and, well, and after the incident with the Zdrabus...
specific he was looking for?
Hmm?
Was there any posting he was specifically looking for, anything he was hoping to get into?
For a momentum, I'll let you get that, because this is the asking bonus questions.
Wait, isn't my job to interrogate this person? Why do I gotta spend momentum, man?
Because that was the check. I gave you the information that she would have happily given you.
Okay.
You're spending to insight some stuff out of it.
Yep. So what was that you wanted to know?
I wanted to know if there's any specific posting he was interested in that other people might have wanted instead of him. Well, that ahead of him, or I don't know if he was trying to steal
can't say there was any particular posting he was looking for, but he did seem rather eager to leave Vulcan, which is, I wouldn't say unusual for him, but he did seem to have a certain desire to leave.
not unusual for him? Are you saying that he was particularly curious for a Vulcan, or that his desire to leave might be motivated by external influences rather than his own drive to go out and explore?
Well, he is certainly, uh, he was certainly, an ambitious sort, but, never one to rush. But I suppose it's possible.
Interesting. Do you know if he had any enemies? I'm not talking somebody that was annoyed with his Vulcan bluntness. I mean somebody that had a strong dislike for him.
No, none that I can think of off the top of my head.
Okay. Let me see. I think that's all the questions I have on me.
Yes, now if you don't mind, I have to get back to work. I have an important, conference with the Redder Archaeological Institute in 10 minutes.
Oh, another thing, ma'am. Might
Well?
I have your personal contact information?
Oh, yes, of course. And I assume you have, like, a pad with you?
Yeah.
Alright, she,
Yes.
takes it from you and goes,
Pad appears.
here you go.
Your number. Okay, thank you. Enjoy your conference.
Thank you. And she leaves.
I think that's it for me.
Okay, are you going to, the only thing I want to know now is, are you going to go to one of the other two, people?
Other two people.
We agreed to rendezvous back at the murder site.
Okay,
Yep.
alright. Yep, that's fine by me. In that case, just want to do this
Check.
one thing. Hold on. Come on. I just want a coin. I want a coin, damn it. This'll do. Jacoby. High or low?
Hi.
Okay, Jueza. We will go to you.
You've been chosen.
As you find yourself, we're not gonna have you entering Federation officer going to visit, an embassy of an ally is not too unusual, so you're able to get yourself in quite easily to the Klingon embassy.
All right. So I look for the prettiest Klingon receptionist.
Oh my gosh. No. This is how people die.
He's looking to cause a diplomatic incident.
Jueza, stop trying to get that Klingon snoo.
And
Who do you think you are, Miss Ellie?
Anyway, so you're gonna go up to one of the receptionists.
Yes.
All right. How are we gonna play this?
I will walk up and so I assume it's a Klingon or?
Yes. Oh, yes. This is a Klingon embassy.
Yeah. So are they sitting at a desk or are they like what are
Oh, bold of you to assume that a Klingon would sit for anything.
Yep.
They will not stand for anything either, so.
They're kind of in a weird. They operate in a gray area. In the sit stand. Yeah, you see, they can't do either, so that's why they're always upset.
What? Oh my gosh.
Alright, so I walk up to this receptionist who isn't sitting or standing. And
Make a sanity roll.
Wait, what? What's a sanity roll?
It Call of Cthulhu. Because whenever you see something like super contradictory. Anyway, what are you gonna do?
Hi, I'm here for the United Federation of Planets on a official business regarding a murder of an ambassador.
You are you?
Done for.
Well, the Klingon Empire has more important things to be worried about than the death of a Vulcan ambassador.
Really? More important, you say, as I take a step closer. Now, is this a male or female?
I'm gonna... Actually, no, wait, yeah, Jaweza? Low or high?
Low.
Okay, it's female.
I will step closer and just get, like, right up to her face and say, "Oh, I think you know something, don't you?"
Uh-oh. Let me see. I think the way you're playing this, presence command, difficulty of 2. And I'm gonna spend a couple threat to up the complication range.
Here you go, buddy. This is all that I can spare. Take a moment.
Okay.
Might have some momentum
Would
in my pocket.
interrogation be a focus?
I'll allow it.
Good, because my stats in this is absolute crap. Alright, so complication range is 2.
3. I spent 2 momentum.
3, okay.
Ooh. You get to roll 1 more because the GM gave you a momentum.
Ah.
The co-GM, I'll have you know, but he failed it.
Okay, the good news is, though, you didn't get a complication. Well, I'll see if I can find anyone who knows anything. In the meantime, I'm afraid I'm going to have to put you on hold.
Really, I don't know if you'll be able to find anyone. You don't seem like a very capable warrior of being able to find and complete your mission.
What?
That was... what's the term that you Federation types use? Quite the reach. Good day.
Okay, so I guess I'm hanging out bored.
Yes, you do, and you wait there for a bit, and then out of the corner of your eye, Joeza, walking in, you see a couple of faces that are kind of familiar to you. You've seen them somewhere before,
Okay.
but you can't quite place where. Give me a reason security check. Difficulty of 2.
Okay. Complication back down to 1.
Yeah, complications back down to 1.
Okay.
Roll 1.
Oh.
Well, I need to keep the episode moving, so I'll just take that as threat.
Okay.
I'll take that as succeed at cost and have you get some threat back. Jueza, if you're not mistaken, especially now that you recall that you're sitting in the Klingon embassy on Vulcan, those would be the Klingon ambassadors to Vulcan of the House Rugan.
And seeing them, I'll hop up, like, Ambassador, Ambassador, as I
Don't do it, oh God.
running up.
I don't want to have to scrape you off the walls.
And they look over to you and says, "What do you want?"
Ah, well, your humble warrior over here, as I point to the lady, told me that I could have some time with you to discuss very important matters.
And she immediately noticed that you said that. You're standing like right there. She says, "I said no such thing." And the man looks gruffly at you and says, "Who are you?"
I am Kiji Jueza, Chief of Security aboard the Hadfield, sir. I have the honor and distinction of serving on a ship and the honor of my captain's praise.
Did you just say the Hadfield?
I did. You know of it, and its great accomplishments.
And they both smile. That big toothy Klingon smile. That Klingon's smile. And they say, "Ah, yes, of course, the Hadfield. Now, what do we owe the pleasure?"
Well, I'm sure you're aware that one of the ambassadors was murdered.
Give me an insight security check. Difficulty of 2, complication range. I'm going to spend some threat. Increase the complication range back to 3.
And I'm gonna give you a momentum. Maybe. Holy shit!
Youch. Do you
1919?
do you want to do something about that?
The man's gonna
Determination, maybe?
Oh my god, I can't breathe. What the
die.
You can't face things and it's you.
No, fuck. God.
Do you want to spend a determination, cuz that's pretty ouch.
Otherwise, Juisa, you're just gonna die, just randomly.
I suppose, would
I'll
remain
allow
with confidence.
Bajorans need more respect.
Okay.
Or brimming with confidence, either of those work. Wow.
So, do I reroll or
Yeah, reroll all 3 of those. Oh my god.
is it still complication range 3?
Yes, it's still the same complication range.
That's funny.
You still fail, and that's
Slightly better.
It's only one complication and not 3.
and you didn't succeed at the task either.
Now you're just gonna get punched.
God's gonna get a phone call. His parents are gonna disown him.
Don't do that to us.
Oh, you're looking into that matter. Well, I'm afraid that we don't have time to talk to you about that. We must be on our way. And they turn to a couple of the security, the Klingon KDF officers around them that you must assume are probably their personal guard, and they say, "If you would kindly see Mr. Jueza, was it, out?"
Oh, I'm not going anywhere until we have a chat, sir.
Oh God, we're all gonna die. Wait, you're all gonna die, I'm fine.
No. We insist. And the 2 Klingons are going to step forward and try to strong-arm you out.
Yeah, I think you should let them take you out because otherwise you're, you know, committing a pretty serious crime.
Let them take you out, damn it. You know, some
Yes,
nice
but
Well,
attacks.
hang
Klingons
on.
respect.
Jueza, what are you gonna do? These two very
Not
burly...
backing down.
Huh?
I will basically try to grab the one arm and like twist it behind the back and leg sweep.
Okay, we are in combat now, boys.
Oh shit.
Oh my.
Inside the Klingon embassy?
Yeah. First, he's going to get court-martialed. Then he's going to get extradited to the Klingon Empire, where
This
he
is
will
gonna
probably
be...
be like killed.
This is gonna be a mess.
This is how people die.
Oh, God.
Showing strength to the Klingons.
Who...
Oh, thank you very much, Lieutenant Khashoggi. This is gonna end marvelously.
Okay. So this is, so are you trying to do you're trying to do a, what's it? Unarmed attack here.
Correct.
Okay, let me just quickly find a Klingon. Oh, here we go. There's a Klingon character sheet. So there are two of them, and then, well, hopefully it won't come to it, but there are also the two Klingon ambassadors.
Okay.
The ambassadors Rugon. So this will be a daring security opposed roll. And I will spend a threat to give them a third die.
Okay. And can I use my hand-to-hand combat focus?
Yes, you may. And I don't think these things have a complete stat sheet, so I'm going to get out my core rulebook. I hate having to use my core rulebook now because it's so unfortunately frayed.
Sad times.
I want Klingons.
Wow.
Yes, they do indeed have stuff.
I thought the Klingons weren't in the core rulebook.
Yeah, there's stuff for the Klingons in the core rulebook. There are some
As
stat.
like enemies there.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, there's some NPC blocks. Okay, so give me that daring security roll. Opposed.
Now, can I give a threat for a third die?
Sure you can.
Okay.
So, first off, daring security, gonna roll 3. They don't have any kind of focuses, unfortunately. Hang on.
Victory goes to the...
Well, but the warrior's spirit allows them to re-roll any number of challenge dice.
But you're not rolling challenge dice.
Or, is it... I'm sorry. The Klingon may re-roll any number of d20s. Sorry.
Oh.
So, the Klingon is going to hit you. That deals 3 stress and knocks you to the ground.
Okay.
And then the Klingon is going to come over to you, and he is going to try... the Klingons are going to come over to you, and they are going to try and grapple you.
Okay.
I'm going to spend... Also going to spend a threat to allow one to prep and assist. And the other is going to try and grapple you. Let me roll a... I'll roll a third die. So this will be fitness, security, with an assist. Give me a fitness security roll.
Okay. Is this with focus still?
Yes. Victory still goes to the attacker. So you are grappled, and then I'm going to spend 2 more threat to say, that you are unceremoniously thrown from the Klingon embassy.
Whee!
Hold on a sec, guys.
Dust myself off. I'll be back.
I'll be back.
With weapons.
Where's my rifle?
This is why he always has his rifle, guys. Come on.
Okay, give me a sec. I just need a moment to. I need a moment to
No, it's
finish
supposed
up
to start
this.
on time.
Okay, I just need a moment to finish up this line of talking, and then I'll be right up. Okay.
No, it's not between multiple galaxies,
all
so I don't
really
think it's
loud.
intergalactic.
Interstellar.
That's it. That's the word. Like,
Oh boy.
It could just also be galactic.
There.
Shh, Dad, please. I'm about to have to go back on.
that's gross. Stop that.
Okay, I'm back. So yeah, Jueza, you are rather unceremoniously thrown out of the embassy.
Okay.
What you doing now?
So,
And as the just before the door closes, you hear the Vulcan snarls at you and gives the classic "and stay out"
Pulling up.
Yeah.
before the door closes.
I'll get up and kind of just brush myself off. Need to work out.
Eh.
Then I'll head for the rendezvous point.
Okay, I'm gonna be right back. We're gonna take a brief 5-minute break.
Okay. This is where he tries to figure out what the hell to do now that I screwed up.
Yeah, the GM desperately tries to salvage the rest of the session.
Perhaps
I
it's a
can't wait
break
to
given
tune
to
in for
me
next
to.
episode, Measure of a Bajoran, which is all about Juiza's court-martial.
Yeah, I have to figure out which rank I'm gonna knock you down to. What's lower than a Master Chief Petty Officer?
A lot. That's
Yeah.
the highest he can be.
Yeah, without being promoted to ensign.
It's true.
Well, guess he's getting demoted to cadet then.
No, he would
No,
be
no, no,
promoted.
that-
No, he would be
Crewman. He'd be
chief.
crewman.
No, wouldn't he be chief petty officer as opposed to master chief petty officer?
No, no,
I'm
you're
sending him back to
going.
the academy, okay? He's gonna be a fucking cadet.
He didn't. He's a crewman. He did not do academy. That's why he's Master Chief Petty Officer.
They're gonna
And
figure
then
out,
I'm gonna
send
send
them back to
him
the
to the
academy and
academy.
figure out where they fucked up.
Exactly. I'm gonna send him to the academy so he can learn some fucking manners.
Yeah, boy.
Oh gosh, golly gee.
Oh, Jesus.
Send him back to the drill sergeant.
The next fleet arc is about like the fourth Klingon Federation war because of Juiza's actions.
The last one didn't end so well.
Nothing can be so
Are
well.
they on 4 or 5? Or I don't know.
I just made up a number. I don't know how many we're on.
I think we're at 3, if it were to happen, because there were 2. One was like when they first met. The second one was a bit after that. I think during the Dominion War, right?
Don't really
Yeah.
have anything to talk with
And
any
this
of
will be
those
the
people
third
about.
Wasn't there one in Enterprise?
Yeah, I mean,
one in
Dad,
Discovery, and then
you know
one
I'm not
during
gonna be able to like
the
interact
Two
with anyone
West
for like the next
era?
couple of hours,
I
right?
think some of those overlap.
No, I know.
Maybe.
Maybe.
And there's
Let's
also
Okay, I'm
the
back.
Discovery war.
Google, how many wars with Klingons were there?
As far as I know, 2.
There was.
Not enough.
Yeah, as far as I know, there were 2 wars with the Klingons.
Exactly, so this will be the third one then.
So, yeah, nice going there. I did not expect that scene to go in that direction, but you know what? I'm okay with that.
Andrew
Then,
God's
hold
situation
on.
is spared for now.
Do you need something? Yes.
What's she gonna do when they come for you?
Imagine having like a third of your fleet just whacked out by the. That's some shit.
Please shut the door, Dad.
Which battle are you talking of?
That would give me PTSD.
Yeah, I mean, check the chat. I was the first Klingon, Federation Klingon.
Okay, so
I can believe that.
so yes, sorry about that delay. There are guests over, and I was forced to be respectful and say hello to them.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Gosh dang manners.
What horrors.
Yep.
That is unacceptable. We have to, like, kidnap you and hang you.
Oh, we gotta get some momentum for this.
Oh no. No. So, we are then going to move over to the Romulan embassy.
Oh yeah, this is
Ooh,
gonna be
who's
real
going to
fun.
the Romulan embassy?
Kind
I'm
of
going
looks
for
like
the
a
Romulan.
best
The
bet.
captain.
Is that the Galactica? That's
What?
gonna look like the Galactica.
Oh no, you've been foiled.
Never mind.
Foibled.
Okay. So you approach. Jacoby, I need you to give me a presence command difficulty of 2. To be permitted entrance. It's only difficulty 2 because of everything that we know about you and your connection with Romulans.
Sure, I'm gonna give you a threat.
Sure, I
Should I
will.
use my focus of diplomacy?
Yes.
Negotiation?
In this case, diplomacy will work because you're dealing with,
Diplomats.
There you go. Generated a momentum.
nice. So yes, you are allowed inside. At the very least, you're allowed inside.
Okay. Who's at the front desk?
Well, this time there isn't so much as a front desk as a rather busy entryway where, well, actually, it's not super busy. There are maybe only a half dozen people there, tops.
Okay, well, I know that Romulan embassies, as well as all other buildings of authority, are shaped like auditoriums, Roman auditoriums. Let's walk in.
Okay, yeah. It takes give me a reason command. So yeah, here's how I'll do this then. Because what you're gonna do is you're gonna try to figure out where the this is sort of this atrium thing, but if you think about it, you might be able to figure out where someone of slightly more importance would be.
Okay. Take another threat.
Yep. So this will be a reason command roll. Difficulty. I'm gonna spend it and one more threat to increase the difficulty to 3.
Okay, focuses any of them apply?
Um, let me see your focuses again. I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
Lower the complication range.
Oh. What, did you up the difficulty?
I
Oh
upped the
shit, sorry.
difficulty.
Okay, do you want me to reroll the whole damn thing?
No, because I can see what you roll. Oh, but you have bold command. You can re-roll that complication.
Exactly, yeah. Wouldn't have been a complication though, standard wise, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But you can still reroll.
There
Yep.
you go.
But it was difficulty 3, so that's not enough.
Alright. I'll still walk into the auditorium. There's
Okay.
gotta be some senators.
Yes, you sort of walk around and you find yourself in this sort of auditorium area. And in the center, there are maybe let me think. I'm just thinking about how many people would be in here. It's a small auditorium. almost more akin to have you ever been in like a black box theater
What?
in size?
Yeah.
They're rather small. Like this room is probably like 40 feet by 30 feet. It's circular, and there's a central point in the middle, but this room is large enough to only maybe house 40 people tops.
That's alright.
But fortunately, though, that means that you sort of are getting a feel for everyone in this room. Hang on, I gotta switch layers. Why can't I find the layer? There it is, layer switch. You can see a number of the people around, and, well, you see the person who is definitely in the center of the room and is very much the center of attention in this speech. This guy.
Is he currently giving a speech?
Yes, he is.
It's rude to interrupt, so I'll sit down on one of the in one of the columns and I'll listen to him for.
Mm-hmm. In fact, let me pull open my book real quick. Species. Don't want starships. I want profiles. Encounters. Here we go. Senator. This'll work. Okay. I'm gonna roll. Okay, yeah. He's looking around, and he's looking around as he's giving this sweeping speech about it's something rather minor. How Vulcan about how a certain Vulcan architectural plan is very similar to an old Romulan one developed a couple hundred years ago, and how the Romulans came up with it first, and and such insolence should not be allowed to stand.
Of course, non-politely. Yes,
And
yes. Of course.
but he notices you, Captain.
Oh no.
Does he say anything?
No, at least nothing that doesn't have to do with the topic that he's talking about.
I'll politely wait for my turn to speak.
After about 15 minutes, this talk winds down and people start to file out of this room.
I'll march into the center of this auditorium and try and get everyone. A moment of your time, please, gentlemen.
And give me a presence command. This is going to be difficult because you're actually it sounds like you're trying to do is you're trying to capture the attention of this whole room. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh boy. Give me a presence command, difficulty 4. I'm spending threat on that. Complication
let's
range
use my
3.
Value. Let's use my value, shall we? Exploring to test new theories.
Nope.
The price of peace is vigilance.
Hang on.
Insatiable curiosity.
No, I will allow throughout the handbook and wrote my own because ooh boy, you just walked into the middle of a Romulan an official Romulan political speech and are trying to call attention away from it, and you're a Starfleet officer. Why are you here?
Well, okay, I did this. I started to do my thing once they were filing out. You said so yourself. So
Yep. So
it's not that
no,
much.
but even so, it's still.
Yeah, what did you say was the difficulty 4, complication range of 3? I have 2 automatic successes. I'm going to give you 1 momentum for an
You can,
additional die.
you'd have to give me one momentum and 1 threat.
Okay, so take another threat then, for a third die, and then you're gonna take 3 more threat, so I can get a 4th die. Am I getting this right?
Yep.
And then I'm gonna give you 4 more threat, so I can get a 5th die. So you're going to take 7 threat overall, if I'm not mistaken, or 8. 8 threat.
8 threat.
Oh boy.
That is how that works.
That is indeed how that works. Will my focus in anything work?
Diplomacy.
Fuck yes.
And suddenly a Borg cube appears.
Suddenly Borg cube.
Oh, get the hell out of here! Woo!
Ooh. Nice. Okay, good news. We're definitely going towards the
And
climax.
wait, I rolled reason command. That first die would have been a success. So I got 5 successes. Because my reason and my
Oh yeah,
presence
it's
command
it was
is
presence command.
The Romulan turns out to be a Tashiar agent and begins to spill his secrets towards you.
Yeah, this man looks to you and he says, and like all the other not Vulcans, all the other Romulans in this room, they seem to be furious that their talk has been interrupted. Throw him out! Call security! What is this? Who is this man? Get him out! And the Romulan simply puts up his hand. The room goes quiet. He brings his hand down. Captain Jacoby. A pleasure.
I'm not certain that I've had the pleasure of meeting you. However, would you mind if I
No,
shared
you
a
wouldn't. I am Ambassador Lomick. A pleasure. And he puts a hand out to shake with yours.
I'll shake. Would you mind if I shared a few words with your assembly?
And he looks around at all of them, and they just all sort of look at each other nervously. He looks back to Lomick looks back to you, and just sort of he pulls his hands up to himself, and then he spreads them around and says, "The floor is yours, Captain."
Thank you. Friends, Romulans, allies, lend me your ears. I come to bury this Vulcan ambassador, not to praise him. The evil that men do lives after them. The good is often interred with their bones, so let it be with his. I come here investigating the murder of a Vulcan ambassador, and I trust, believe me, my visit is purely out of investigational purposes. I know you. I know your kind. I've served with you many years of my life as a young diplomat during the Dominion War. And I am here as a friend, asking for your help, or any insight which you might give me.
Okay, give me presence command. Gave me all that lovely threat to work with. I'm going to spend some to make it difficulty 4. And then I'm spending 2 more to bring the complication range back to 3.
Oh.
I'm not making this easy for you.
Alright, let's do this then. Starting off at 2 dice then. I'll give you a momentum to bring myself up to 3, an additional 2 momentum to bring myself up to 4, and an additional 3 threat to bring myself up to 5.
Mm-hmm.
So you're at 10 threat.
Okay, and you get you get to reroll because you did spend threat.
Oh, I'll reroll that one. Oh, yes.
Damn.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6.
Okay, yeah, that's 6 successes. Very good. And they all again look at each other, but more than anything, they look to the ambassador. And then he turns back to you and he says, Very well. We'll tell you what we know.
Shall we talk here, Ambassador, or somewhere more private?
Private. This isn't words. The words that I'm not about to speak aren't words for lesser delegates. He looks at the other ambassadors in the room, and none of them say a word.
I'll quietly nod to him, and then as we're exiting, I'll just quietly nod to everyone else for allowing me to quote William Shakespeare in their auditorium.
And the two of you leave, and you find yourself, maybe, I don't know, 3 minutes later, walking down hallways in a rather ornate office.
I thought Romulan buildings were dull.
Nice office, Ambassador. May I sit?
Of course. You are my guest, after all.
I will seat myself.
You do. Now, I will cut to the chase. As much as I would like to help you, there are many details that I simply am unaware of myself.
Such as?
Well, I suppose you could say we aren't certain who killed the ambassador. We've heard whispers on the wind, but nothing concrete yet.
Whispers may be our only lead for the time being. Aside from him being stabbed where the heart is located, there is not much else for us to go on. He was, by all appearances, a normal, kind of a recluse as well. Normal person.
Right, and, well, I'll level with you, Captain. We didn't know him at all, us at the embassy. Given that, well, as you're aware, this is the Romulan embassy to Vulcan.
Oh, I'm quite aware of this fact, Ambassador,
I-
but I'm here because I'm aware of Romulus's vast
And
intelligence.
he holds up a hand again. I want to make sure that you understand my importance, Captain.
Of course, Ambassador.
Hold on a moment.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Yeah, just hold on. I'm just reading something real quick. And after a couple of moments, by the way, the door opens behind you, and in steps a Riemann bodyguard.
Gasp.
Says,
I'll look over towards the Ambassador.
"Don't mind him. He is here for my protection. Even inside the safety of the embassy, you can never be too careful, Captain."
Of course, Ambassador.
Now, as to what I know. What I do know is that the ambassador that you're looking into was likely targeted by a certain extremist group.
Of belonging to which faction?
That
Right.
we aren't sure of.
What are you sure of then, Ambassador? Anything can help.
We are sure that this is who he was killed by.
I see. Anything else for me to go on?
Well, let me see what we've got. And, he leans over and he pulls up, the Romulan equivalent of a data pad. And he says, "Understand, he was a low-level diplomat, and the Romulan embassy here has far more pressing matters to look into. But, your plea was so heartfelt, I couldn't say no. And, Jacoby, You can't help but feel that that was a little patronizing.
He's a Romulan. He
I
doesn't
did.
have a heart.
I mean, I did appeal to their emotions, which I know Romulans have so much of. So
Yeah, he's absolutely patronizing you.
I don't care.
He says, Now, from what I can gather, there was an inquiry made into his death by another Starfleet officer on the USS Kismet regarding some Starfleet intelligence conspiracy theory that they're all dealing with. But none of it panned out. It doesn't look like this ambassador you're looking at is connected in any way to this conspiracy, beyond having some minor contacts with people who may or may not be connected to said conspiracy.
I see. Well, I suppose the supposed act of terrorism is enough for us to go on for the time being. Ambassador, I thank you for your time and for allowing
Oh,
me to
wait,
speak.
wait. There is one more thing, however. It does appear that this ambassador was in direct contact with the archaeological department of the Vulcan Science Institute.
No kidding. Do they have any active projects going on?
I wouldn't know off the top of my head. I tend not to concern myself too much with the Vulcan Institute's research. It's not really my cup of tea, Captain.
I understand fully, Ambassador. Again, I thank you for your time and for the information. It is most useful.
Agreed. Now, if you do not mind, and do not take any offense by this, please leave my embassy. My guard will escort you out.
It wouldn't be my first time being kicked out of a Romulan embassy, sir. I know it. I will remove myself of my own accord if that is in agreement with you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Captain. And you turn to leave, and yeah, that Riemann follows you the whole way.
Let's just get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah, you do.
They used to be our friends. They ain't friends no more.
Yeah, well, that was wartime. This is peacetime.
Romans make for poor peacetime management.
Ooh, boy. Ooh, boy. That happened.
Hefty rolls were being thrown there, goddamn.
Mm-hmm. So,
You're just rolling and rolling.
So, before we cut over to you guys all meeting up again, we are actually going to cut somewhere else entirely. Back to the burning desert, the burning Vulcan desert. Although I know it's daytime right now, but we are actually cutting to nighttime.
Oh my.
Is this our second night in the
No, you've actually been at work for a while now. Doing a bit of time skip just for the sake of hang on. Just for the sake of hang on. Just for the sake of expedience and bringing you all back in sync with each other. It's been a couple days. So I want to give you guys a little bit of an opportunity to do a little role play, because I've had you guys sort of on the sideline for the mission up till now. So do whatever you need. Unless you don't have anything, in which case I'll move on.
Sorry, I caught out for a little bit there. My internet was fuzzy. Did we jump to the dig.
Yes. And I said you guys have some opportunity to do some free role playing at this dig if you want, or I can just hop right into whatever.
I gotcha. I'll talk with the guy for a second here.
Rugan,
So,
you there, bud? Rugan?
Sorry, no, I don't have anything.
Well, no.
I'm approaching you. So,
Yes.
Lieutenant, how are you faring so far being back home?
I will say it is definitely interesting to be here. It is. I did quite a bit of archaeological work during my studies, and it is good to be back.
I see. Have you been in touch with your family?
No, I have not.
Well, boy, you want to know who fucking has?
Well, I simply bring it up. It is usually expected from most, as I understand, to at least visit.
That is true. However, considering we may have robbed them of one of the Calcat crystal things, I do believe it may not be the wisest to go home just yet.
Indeed. Well, I will leave you to it for now. Archaeology is definitely not my hobby, but if you are enjoying this, have fun.
Indeed, it's good to get back outside.
Yes.
Will that be all for the two of you?
Could I press Jitsa Bell to explain why she picked us to come here?
Or
is that just a plot thing that needed to happen?
No, huh?
Or
No. You'll see. So you go over. So you're all in sort of these little separate little sleeping bits, but you're all in sort of the same little subcomplex because you're all in the same group. Doctor, you knock on Jed Zelmel's door, and there's no answer.
Lieutenant, are you in there?
No answer.
Would it be possible for me to open the door, or is it locked?
It's definitely locked, but you could try to jigger the lock.
Does the complex have a thing like Starfleet chips where you can ask the computer where someone is?
No, this is not that advanced.
Okay, fair enough.
In fact, this is so low tech that you actually have to push the buttons on the doors for them to open. This is low tech. They don't even have the automatic opening.
Yeah, buttons are so 22nd century.
Literally.
Yeah, that's why I said it. No, sure. I guess I'll try and sneak in.
Okay, give me a control engineering difficulty 1 check to just to crack the lock. This is a very rudimentary electronic lock.
You say control engineering?
Yep.
Difficulty 1. Let's do it.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, with a little flick of one of your surgical implements, your surgical field implements, you click the lock, and you're in.
I'm just gonna like push the door open. Mel, are you okay?
There's no one in here.
Huh? Does the room look disorganized? Like there's a struggle or anything?
No. Room seems totally neat, but do give me an insight security check, difficulty of 2.
Insight security. Could I have a momentum? Because my insight security is 11.
Go for it.
Oof. You get the distinct impression that there's something missing, like something additional missing from this room, but you can't put your finger on it.
To be honest, I don't think she's really the type to snoop, so I think I'm just going to walk out at this point.
She's the type to what?
She's not really the type to snoop around someone's room without permission. And because nothing appears to be out of the ordinary, I think I'll just walk out of the room.
Alrighty.
Could I try and track her down then?
How are you gonna do that?
Is there like a command center I could go to?
Yeah, there is that command center.
Alright. Well, I'll go there and see if someone in there knows where she is.
It's currently the late night shift. No one's working right now.
Right.
But hang on. Well, no, I mean, no one's working the site. I mean, the only person who is there is that Zaranite, the quartermaster.
Yeah.
Says, yes. What do you need, Doctor?
You wouldn't have happened to have seen Lieutenant Mel, have you?
Lieutenant Mel? No. Are you trying? Is she not in her room?
When I knocked on the door, she didn't answer, but I definitely did not break in.
With the way you said that, give me a presence command roll. And the Zaranite narrows his eyes and he says, because actually you can't actually no, you can't even tell that he narrowed his eyes, but you can imagine that, like, he leans in a little bit and you can just imagine by the way he moved that he probably narrowed his eyes underneath that mask. And he said, You know, it is against the rules to go looking around in other people's rooms, you know.
I know that, sir.
But if she wasn't in her room, that might be a problem. I'll see if I can pull up her, card log data and, see if we can find her. I'll consider the matter settled for now, but please don't do anything like that in the future, Doctor.
Of course, sir. I won't.
And he taps a few buttons on the terminal and says, that is most strange.
What's strange, sir?
It would appear that she is no longer in the facility.
At this time of night?
Yes. It looks like she used her key card to exit the habitat about 15 minutes ago and didn't re-enter any other structure.
Can our tricorders detect comm badges?
Yes, they can.
Could I try and find her with my tricorder?
Sure. Give me, insight, science or medicine, difficulty of 2. got it. Yeah, interestingly enough, you're not picking up her comm badge. She probably left it in her room, or she just didn't even bring it on this trip, because it's a civilian thing. But you are picking up a life sign. You are picking up a life sign about half a mile away.
At this point, I'm going to go and grab Bugan and Falak. Commander? Lieutenant?
Yes, Doctor?
Jitsa Mel left the compound for an unknown reason, and it's not safe to be outside alone in the dark at this time.
I see. Do we have any idea where she went?
My tricorder detected a life sign that could be a trill.
Very well. Let's proceed and see if we can find her ourselves.
Thank you, sir. And I assume the three of us will go out and look for the signal?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Give me another insight, science, or medicine. Difficulty of 2, but I will allow an assist. And I will make a...
Rugan, would you like to make the main roll?
Sure, I'm good at insight science.
Alright. Well, I got one for the assist.
Okay. So actually, I'm making these opposed now. She's heading off, not in the direction that you guys came from. This isn't the direction that you guys entered the camp from. So at least you know she's not going to the back to the shuttle. But after maybe 5 minutes of trying to follow her, her signal blips out. You're in the forge. Trying to scan anything in here is terrible.
Was she walking closer to the ruins or away from them?
Away from the ruins, seemingly, but in a very straight line.
Seems she is heading somewhere.
Can you still sense her? My tricorder lost her signal.
Well, no, that's what I was saying with Rugan.
We are in the forge. The chances of following her that way are low. It's going to be more of a low-tech solution if we can.
Well, we could at least head to her last known position.
Yes, let's go ahead and head that way.
Mm-hmm. So you're going to go to those last known coordinates. That's easy enough to do. I'm not even going to have you make any kind... actually, I would like you all to make me a fitness security difficulty 1, just each of you. Because you're not in the heat or anything, but it's just very windy.
What did you say? Fitness security?
Yep. Difficulty of 1.
He thinks he's funny.
Oof. I did not succeed.
Well, if you want, you could succeed at cost, and you could use the 2 momentum that Valak generated to quash the complication.
Let's do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yep, that works. Okay. So, you have to get a little help from Valak, but Volok is used to the harsh desert climes of Vulcan. Even though it's usually quite grueling in the forge, it's nighttime, so temperatures are at their lowest that they ever get in the forge.
No worries, Doctor. Come on.
I don't know how you deal with all the sand.
I hate sand. It's coarse, it's rough, and it gets everywhere.
up,
Like
Anakin?
feeling the Klingon voice.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere. Not like here though. Here everything is soft and smooth.
God.
Oh,
As he gently caresses Padme.
Anyway.
The most unrealistic thing about Star Wars is that Padme falls in love with Anakin and not Ewan McGregor, who's right next to him.
Oh, see, I love the idea of just imagining that she falls in love with Obi-Wan instead and just going with that storyline.
This would have been so much more interesting.
It is, because it's like Luke and Leia are his kids, and what the hell?
So we have like a double twist reveal?
Yes.
Yeah, but anyway.
Anyhow, so yes, you get to her last known location.
Any signs of what?
Okay,
Where she went or what went down?
Give me insight, security, difficulty of 3, and I'll allow an assist. And I'll allow you both to assist as you're all looking.
Would you say insight security?
Yes.
Yes, you did.
Alright, who has the highest insight security?
13.
11.
Well, forgot you won by 1.
Insight security.
You want to take a momentum, Rugan?
Oh, well, at least I succeeded with fucking 11. Oh, sorry.
Okay. I just have to think how I'm gonna do this. So you do
Here.
succeed.
Do you get enough momentum to fight that thing?
No. But you're back at you're back at 1 momentum at least. So, the good news is you see footprints leading off in the direction that you've just been walking. The bad news is after you follow them for maybe another 20 feet, they go over a hill onto a larger flat area of sand, and the wind has just blown all traces of the footprints away, but you know you're traveling in the right direction. Now it's just going to be a matter of keeping yourselves oriented.
This is impossible. This isn't an needle in a haystack. This is finding a woman in a giant desert.
That is indeed what we are doing.
And so, one more roll will be either reason, security, or science.
I
Difficult
assume... Oh, sorry.
difficulty of 3, because I'm upping the difficulty with threat. But you can all assist each other. Reason, security, or science.
I assume Rugan has the highest reason science.
Yes, indeed, I do. A very good one at the very least.
Oof.
Biggest oof. Yeah, you pull it off, but you also get a complication, which I'm just gonna use to get back that threat that I spent.
No, we can quash it. What was the difficulty on the roll?
It was 3, so you just
Oh.
You don't have any
We
momentum
don't have
now.
enough.
So you're gonna spend all your momentum then?
We don't. We only have the one.
Oh,
right?
you don't? Oh, so
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm just gonna take my threat back that I spent to increase the difficulty on that.
Okay. So,
God damn it, you silly. Stop dying in a desert.
So, the good news is though, you think you found where she was probably headed, because you actually managed to spot a cliff overhang, overhanging a small crevasse in the rocks, and the overhang is sheltered the sand from the sand from the wind, and sure as hell you see more footprints, leading right into the crevasse in the rock.
It appears to be a crevasse in the rock.
You don't say.
well,
Oh, I did not realize Captain Obvious had been assigned to command of the Hadfield.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, I had to.
shall we proceed?
Yes, anything beats being out here in this wind.
Have
Let me see.
caution, though. We do not know what lies within here. It is the forge.
Of course, sir. I expect if she came in here, it must be more habitable than the outside, though.
Still waiting for a wild animal to pounce at us.
So I don't have any art for what the inside of this place looks like, unfortunately, so we'll just have to roll with it.
Theater of the mind.
Yeah, theater of the mind. So you all slip down this small sandy, incline and find yourself in some kind of a structure. Like, there are stone walls to this place.
Doctor, Lieutenant, any idea what this place is?
It appears to be more ruins, sir. Perhaps we could try and date it. Could we use a tricorder to try and figure out the date of the carvings?
Yes, you could. This'll be, reason science, difficulty of 3, but Rugan. Guess what?
This would be the good thing to practice with now.
Yes, it would. So now it's only difficulty 2, and you have an extra die.
Excellent.
You get a momentum.
Perfect.
And, Rugan, as you're scanning over the rocks, you're realizing these date back to the. These are just as old as the ruins that you found. That you are digging. That you guys are currently digging up, and furthermore, because of the mural that you guys decoded, you're seeing the name Voreth pop up a lot.
That is interesting.
Because that thing you had seen before was the home, the home and temple dwelling of Voreth, one of the disciples of Surak.
Indeed, I'm seeing the name Barath pop up here again and again.
Fareth, was he not the same man from the other Dixie?
Indeed it was. Indeed it was.
So these must both be from the same time.
It would make sense.
Well, I can't lie, I'm incredibly nervous as to why she's sneaking around in these rooms. Not only without telling us where she's going, but not even telling us that these exist. I think we should hope for the best, but assume the worst here.
Very well. Let's proceed with caution.
Could we try and use triangulars again to locate her position?
You're trying to locate her?
Well, yeah, I assume the
Okay, yeah, sure.
ruins are big.
Give me a reason, science, or medicine. Difficulty of 2. And I will allow a single assist.
Sorry, what kind of rule was that?
Reason, science for you.
Alright, insight.
This is just see if you get any gravy. You're already at 2 momentum. You should be. Oh, nice. So you're at 4 momentum now.
Alright.
Because you had 2, now you're at 4.
Yeah. Halfway. Got a lock.
Okay. Yeah, you guys do have a tricorder lock. It looks like she navigated her way through a series of passageways down here. It looks like this place is fairly extensive.
So do we just have like a dot where she is, or do we have a path that where she went that we could follow to get to her?
No, well, actually, for 2 momentum, you could create the advantage that you do have a path you could follow.
Let's do that, considering we kind of fail at tracking.
Yeah, that would be smart. Should we approach?
Well, we have come here, so might as well press on for now.
Let's keep an eye out for traps, shall we? The last thing we need's only the penitent man may pass bullshit to come and jump our fucking heads off.
Oh, come on!
Should we take out phasers?
I do not think so here. I don't imagine we're going to need them at the moment. But proceed with caution, as I said before.
I agree, sir. Thank you.
All right.
Going in.
Boy, I'm gonna ask the classic D&D question of marching order.
Definitely not me in the front.
Rugan will go first by virtue of being hardy.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
God has the highest physical combat stats.
Okay.
I think.
Give me, so you walk down a corridor and, find yourself in a rather, in a circular room, with, it looks like it has 2 doors on the other side, but by the looks of things, they just lead into the same room. But because it's the way the doors are framed, you can't really see much of what's in the room beyond. But before you lies a empty circular room.
I'm sure it's fine. Let's just go.
I'm sorry, could you describe it again?
It's a circular room, and it looks like there's a much longer, larger room beyond it. And it has 2 door frames that lead into it. Out of this circular room.
And there doesn't appear to be anything weird or special about this room?
Nope.
Alright, then I think we should just continue on.
Okay, give me, Ragon, give me Insight Security. Spend. Oh, there you go. You did it. You didn't even spend momentum, and
I am the tankiest of Klingons.
you don't even have to tank anything. You're walking, and oh, that's a pressure plate. Oh, hey, there's another pressure plate. You don't know if any of these mechanisms that these pressure plates are attached to are still working. So you're still at 4 momentum, Jacoby.
Oh no,
Okay.
spent 2 for.
Oh, for that advantage. Never mind. Right.
So we can not have to track her down with her.
Okay.
So yeah. Pressure plates. Let's not deal with this. Step lightly.
So now that you know that they are there, you're able to handily walk around them. You walk into the next room, and it appears to be a hallway. But as you step into it, you feel your footsteps echo a little bit more off the floor. It appears that they're echoing off of these small little alcoves that are in each of them, each one with a statue of like a Vulcan in it. What's the other? What outside of Ragon? What is the marching order?
I shall be next, I guess.
And I'll take up the rear.
Okay. Maselli, give me a control command difficulty of 4 check.
You know, control command isn't even one of my bad stats.
Yeah, that's fine.
13. Oh, you say difficulty 4?
Yes, he did. Would you like momentum?
Yeah, okay, so momentum's gonna bring it up to 3. 1 sec. Sorry. Okay, so 1 momentum brings me up to 3. I don't think focus is applied.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Fuck. I'm sorry. Alright, I guess we'll just take the roll then.
Yeah, that doesn't do it. And as you're walking down and you're just about to leave the room when, through the echoing of your footsteps, you hear a voice from behind you, Doctor. Just you. Teresa.
Guys, did you hear that?
What was it?
No, hang on. Guys, she didn't say anything.
Oh. Okay.
Well, then I guess we're just gonna go. Oh, nothing's wrong here. We're just fine.
I have a flashlight, right?
Yes?
I'm just gonna turn around and shine the flashlight all around behind me. Who's there?
There's someone standing there.
Is it Jetsamel?
No, it's not.
Oh boy. Is it the Vulcan?
No, It's somebody who you haven't seen in a few years.
Oh, fuck. Sorry again.
Yeah, it's...
Abraham?
Huh?
Is it your brother?
What did you say?
Never mind.
No. Say it out loud again. I didn't hear you.
I thought you were referencing your dead brother.
It's him.
Oh, fuck.
Oh boy.
You're not real. You died. I know you did. This is some kind of Vulcan psychic illusion. I know it.
Why? Why did you
Why?
let me go, Teresa? Why weren't you there?
I tried to stop you. You were the one who won the assignment.
Why weren't you there, Teresa? And he starts just stepping towards you.
Does he look like the key, or does he look like a normal person?
He looks like a normal person.
Fuck. Sorry.
Yeah?
Flock and Ragon, are they still there?
Ragon, Valak, could you actually, now that you say it, could you guys give me, insight security checks, difficulty 1? Okay, yeah. You notice that there is an extra set of there's a set of footsteps that is no longer there behind the two of you.
Wait.
Huh?
I'll turn back. I'll turn back around.
The doctor's standing there with her flashlight out, and she's just staring into space in front of her.
Doctor?
Why didn't you save me, Teresa? Why weren't you there, Doctor? 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 Doctor! And you're back.
Alright, yeah, I assume she's both crying and, like, panting at this point.
Yeah, she just snaps and goes,
Commander?
Are you alright, Doctor?
Can Vulcan psychic, abilities, can they cause hallucinations?
oh, there are some very powerful Vulcan psychic phenomenon.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Yeah.
like the Stone of Gaul. That is a Vulcan psychic weapon that it can be used to kill.
Oh yeah, from long ago, which I suppose, yeah, this ruins were long ago. Anyway, there are some artifacts even from long ago that have powerful psychic properties.
Because, sir, I saw it goes from my past.
Well, obviously they're not here, so we'll simply press on for now. Just we'll have to keep our wits about us, I believe it is the same.
Yes, sir.
Shall we press on?
Can I stay in the middle, sir?
Very well, Doctor.
And the two of you continue onwards. As or sorry, the three of you. Sorry, the three of you continue. No, that was me. That was me. My fault. My bad. So the three of you continue onwards. And as you continue through the tomb, we are going to cut back. I don't have any other setting for this, so we'll just use this for the
Gotcha.
yeah, we'll use this for the thing.
The Vulcan City?
The Vulcan City. Huh?
What was it? Citrak or something like that?
Shra Rock, something like that.
Shirak, something like that.
It is the capital city.
Yeah.
So.
Got away from spookiness to murder.
Mm-hmm. So the three of you meet up.
Captain.
Captain?
Yep. We're back on you guys.
Yeah, we're back on you guys.
3 of us meet up. Good.
Yeah.
So, how'd you guys do? As I kind of still dusting myself off.
Oh, well, the Romulan embassy seemed most welcoming. I managed to get some things, but I'd rather get you two out of the way. Tizonin, what did you find?
I got a contact, and I also figured out that the ambassador, while not particularly liked, didn't have any known enemies, and overall was just a normal Vulcan.
I see. What about you, Chief?
The Klingons were not willing to aid us in our investigation, and politely asked me to leave.
Yes, it was very polite.
I see. Well, what did you? No, you know what? Never mind. I have a theory that I need to run by the ship's computer. The Romulan ambassador told me that he is certain it was work of a terrorist unit. We just don't know which one. So, let's go back to the ship. The ship has records of all Starfleet intelligence records on terrorist groups. Let's see if we can pull something out which might fit the MO, perhaps.
Sounds good.
Good. Computer, 3 to beam up.
And hang on. The moment you do, a figure steps out of the shadows. Like as you're reaching up to your communicator, a figure steps out of the shadows, and he is clearly walking towards you.
I'll
Chief,
step in
one of
front
your
of
friends?
the captain
Huh?
to kind of.
Hmm?
Joesa will instinctively step in front of the captain to put himself between the person and the captain.
And
One of your friends, Chief?
And as you do, you fail to notice the 3 others approaching from the other side.
Chief, please tell me they're one of your friends.
Afraid not, sir.
Right then. Who are you?
And he reaches into his, the figure reaches into his cloak. He pulls out a curved dagger, and he says, "The change in the wind, the chaos at the end of the line." And he throws the dagger at you.
Okay.
Well, at least in your case, Jueza, because you're the one in front.
Lovely.
Did Joyce just get shanked?
Oh, he's got to roll control security.
Yes,
Or,
guy
yeah.
does. Let me find it. It's the. It's. I gotta find where the character sheet is.
So am I rolling or is he rolling?
I'm rolling.
He's rolling.
This one. Yeah. It's going to be a difficulty 3, though. No, dagger, like you barely managed to, Jueza, you barely managed to push you and the captain out of the way in time for the dagger to go plunging into the wall behind you.
Oh my.
Can I pull my phaser and return fire?
Yes, you can.
This control security.
Yep. Difficulty 2.
You can have a
And
momentum.
phaser's focus.
Yep.
And a momentum.
Okay.
Okay, you get 2 momentum and roll your phaser damage.
Two.
That's
4, 5. He down?
Huh?
Is he down?
Yes, this one is... That one's down.
1 down, 3 to go.
Now,
Told you, Captain, I should have brought my rifle.
now this one is going to rush forward and try to take a stab at Tizonin.
Oh no!
Give me a daring security check.
Have a momentum.
Daring security and
Ugh. You roll one more die. You may roll a 2 and get lucky.
No, you have to declare that in advance. Oh,
I did give one to you.
Oh, yes, right.
Yeah.
Well, either way, the victory's going to go to the attacker.
Well, maybe he rolls a 3.
what?
I don't think that works that way.
Sad. I'm gonna get
Just
checked.
roll another one since I gave you the damn die.
It's too late.
Yeah.
Alright, whatever. You're getting stabbed.
Ah.
You guys had the same exact daring security. That was an even shot.
Which is an even Steven, is what it was.
Yeah, and you rolled a 2. That was almost a nat.
Anyway.
This is how I die.
Yeah, you rolled
Stabbed.
stab.
You gonna roll your challenge dice, Brown?
Okay, you're not having him roll another one? Okay, that's fine.
Oh, because he's gonna lose anyway.
Okay, fine then.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the dagger.
Lose your rolls, children.
Ooh. That's 5.
That's one.
Do you want a determination and avoid the injury?
Sure.
Keep in mind, if you take another one, you're dead.
Or
No.
if you get fatally injured. Although, actually, I think you can give me 2 threat to avoid the injury.
Can I give you 2 momentum?
No, it's got to be threat.
No.
Alright,
It's gotta
take 2
have,
through it.
it's gotta have punishment, basically.
Think about this carefully. If you get stabbed again, you're done for.
No, it's only avoiding if you spend via determination.
Just beat me up, Scotty.
Alright.
Back to you
Check
guys.
me harder on the terrorist. I mean, what?
What?
Who's next?
Does anyone you want to roll, or shall I?
You should.
Okay, I'll lean over to Zona and pull out my phaser and fire at the guy that's stabbed.
Okay. Give me a control security roll.
Gain momentum. I gotta roll one more. Oh, damn.
Get a momentum. So roll your phaser damage. That's 4. You want to spend a momentum to get 5?
Yeah, to get him out of the fight.
Okay. It's gonna be... Hang on. Let me click on the one thing I want to click on. There we go. He goes down.
Who's getting stabbed next?
I would suppose moi.
This one is going to run forward a bit and try to throw a dagger at you, Captain. And he's going to spend a threat to give himself a third die.
Give me that knife. Won't be the first time I was stabbed.
Thinking myth.
Don't worry, Tazone, you're getting a purple heart.
Yay! My heart's actually blue, so
But I'm
sad.
oof.
Yeah, but human hearts aren't purple either.
Can I spend this momentum to utilize this complication and throw the dagger back?
Nope. I just have to spend 2 threat
You're no fun.
as the dagger also lands in a post right beside you and clatters to the ground.
Your turn, Tazone. Shoot some dudes.
Yeah.
Okay. Same roll?
Yeah, have a momentum, so you're rolling 3 dice. Control security. Control security.
Oh, control.
What's your control?
11.
Still wouldn't. The first one wouldn't have been, but yeah, you got a crit. Begin a momentum.
Okay.
Roll a phaser.
Roll a phaser. What?
Scroll down on your character sheet. Roll your phaser damage.
Wait, are you punching someone, or were you trying to roll phaser damage?
Roll. He's shooting.
Oh, okay. So that
he
should have been
accidentally
control
rolled.
security, but it's fine.
Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered because the first roll is a 16, not enough.
Unless his control is it wouldn't have mattered. Yeah.
No,
So.
it wouldn't have mattered.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you got a type 1. Okay.
Yep.
4 or 5.
Hang on. Oh, come on. Let me. There we go. And this one is going to charge forward and try to stab you, Jueza. Daring security, and he's going to spend a threat for a third die.
You go, Jueza, have a third die.
Okay. Can I use like hand-to-hand combat as
Yep.
a focus or anything?
Yep, that works.
Daring security the hell out of this guy.
Kick him in the nards.
Do Vulcans even have nards? Well, they don't anymore.
Well, victory goes to the attacker.
Oh, and he's the attacker. Well, crap damn it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
He does nothing.
You take 2 stress.
Now, do I still have the 3 stress from earlier, or did I?
But that's the top of the round, so he's going to take another slash at you, Jueza, because they go first this time. Actually, wait, no, you guys go first, because they took the...
No, we go first because they went first last.
Yeah, they did.
Did you kick his ass, Seabass?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. He's gonna also... I assume you're gonna punch him.
Actually, I was gonna, since I already have my phaser on, I'm just gonna shoot him at point
Okay,
blank.
that's gonna be... in that case, that's gonna be difficulty 3, because, you're at close range.
Oh.
But you can move back.
Free action, move back, yeah.
Okay, then I will step back and fire.
Okay.
I assume then I can't charge because I'm using the free action to move.
Correct.
Right. No, I think you get a move action for free. I think you can take a minor action. I think you can move, take a minor action, and regular action.
So yeah,
Alright, so I will move, charge, and fire at him.
fire away.
I got nothing to give you. No.
That's gonna
Control
miss.
security of 17, you roll an 18 of the luck.
Okay, so you move back.
Well, he was stabbed.
He's gonna move forward and try to stab you again.
Dodge.
Cleric dodge.
I'm gonna spend a momentum to give him a third die.
You're gonna take a threat to give Teresa a third die.
I don't need that. I can kick his ass, sir.
So you say,
Die.
take the third die, man.
Fine.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to put it back into your complication range.
So, 2.
You succeed, but I'm gonna take 2. No, I can't. I'm not gonna take 2 threat because of the way that I set that up.
We generate our momentum, though.
Oh no, I know what you're gonna do. You're gonna deal damage, but in the process, he also deals you a little damage as well.
Okay, so...
Not much, just a couple of challenge dice. With the vicious and deadly.
Roll your fist.
Okay, you take a stress. As it's one of those things. It's like you let yourself take a little cut on your arm so that you can get him in an advantageous position, and he goes down like a punk.
Like a sack of bricks.
Like a sack of bricks.
Well, not like a sack of bricks, but he goes down like a punk.
Sack of taters.
Sack of whatever.
Dude goes down like a punk.
Like a sack of sacks.
So they're all down.
Okay.
Whew.
You all made it out. A couple of you have some cuts, but you're fine.
Chief,
do I still have my 3 stress from my altercation at the embassy?
No, because you're in a new scene.
Okay, so...
Chief, Lieutenant, we have to secure them because Romulan spies and terrorists generally kill themselves rather than be... Secure themselves, check their teeth specifically for any sort of pills which might kill them. Quick.
Put a sock in their mouth. They might choke on their tongue.
Jacoby? Give me a reason security check difficulty 2.
Me?
Yeah.
Alright. Take this momentum. My focus and hazard awareness works.
I'll allow it this time.
Goes through.
Jacoby, it takes you a minute. It's someone's nagging in the back of your brain, and then it hits you. Those masks.
Oh, I've seen them before.
You've seen these masks before. These are the masks that the followers of Tosek wear.
Chief, secure them. Lieutenant Zone, let's help them out. Like I said, they'd rather kill themselves than be captured. Captain Jacoby to Bridge of the Hadfield. We have an emergency transport. How many prisoners is this?
4.
4 prisoners. 4 prisoners immediately to the brig, and 3 command staff to the bridge. Sorry, to the med bay.
Wait, there's 4 people? What?
4
Yeah.
prisoners.
4 prisoners.
Okay, you're gonna want to activate BIS to do the site to site.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be control engineering difficulty 3.
What?
And that's with the ship helping. I'll take a threat, sure. Give him a third die, and the ship helps with sensors engineering.
Okay, this has a focus in transporters. You said control engineer.
Yep.
And did you say sensors engineering?
Yep. Oh, and he succeeds. I think.
Sensors engineering.
Yeah. Okay, I think that does it. And where's the effect? All 4 of them vanish.
Alright, get us over to the med bay, engineer.
I'll beam you up right away. And he's gonna make a This time it's just going to be Control Engineering Difficulty 2, assisted by the ship's Sensors Engineering, and I'm taking the advanced sensors into account.
Okay. Control engineering. Bless you, Biss.
Our godly sensors.
Bless you, Biss. Screw you, ship.
Yeah.
Biss manages to do it because he's a force of nature.
Yeah.
Yeah, Biss has been secretly a Q this whole time.
Mm-hmm. So, as you guys go back up to the Hadfield, we are going to switch scenes and go back to the team in the cave.
Spoopy times.
Spoopy times. As so far you've been walking along fine, you've been managing to avoid traps, anything that's been set to guard this place. You don't know why someone would want to guard this place so badly. You walk into another circular room. This one has walls that actually they splay up and outwards towards the top. Before wrapping around and making a dome that, the way that it all looks, it feels like it's almost meant to encapture the feeling of being outside while being inside.
Spooky.
And of course, your voices echo in here.
Hello, hello, hello.
But unlike the previous rooms, there's no like tile flooring to this room. This room is just sand floor. And oh hey, what do you know? There's a set of footprints that crosses the room.
Well, then ever that should be fun.
Yeah, is it usual for Vulcan dwellings to have sand in the middle of them?
Well, this place is quite old, Doctor. Might be just the fading of time.
Still, those footprints seem too perfect. Maybe I'm just on edge, but I think this might be a trap. Could I, grab a rock and, skip it across the sand to see if it triggers a trap or anything?
Okay, you pick up a rock, you throw it, and it just goes into the sand.
Yeah.
And then it explodes.
Nope, just
And then exploded.
Okay. Maybe not.
Mm-hmm. So, are you gonna cross the room then?
There must be some way to get across. Perhaps there's some.
Oh, no, it's not like it's sunk into the sand or anything.
Oh, okay, I misunderstood that.
No, you just threw a rock and now it's laying in the middle of the sand.
Well,
Lieutenant John,
shall we proceed then?
Commander Falak, do one of you want to go first?
I shall go ahead.
I shall go first.
Are we both going to fight to see who goes first? Oh, I get the Kurgan is going first.
So what's the marching order for the other two of you?
Then myself and then the doc. That's what.
Yeah, that's what I assume.
Okay. Valak, I need you to make me a Control Command Difficulty 4 check.
baskets. To take 3 threat.
Nope, because I spent threat to make this more difficult.
Okay, never mind then. We'll just see what happens.
Ah, that's what I love. So
Yep.
you're walking through the room, and you're a little bit off center of the room, and Rugan is now in the center of the room. And as soon as he steps in the center of the room, there's a flash of light. Now, Valak, only you see this. Only you see the flash of light. And then as you blink, trying to your eyes to readjust yourselves, you realize that the room isn't getting any darker. It's like you're standing out in the blazing sunlight with the blazing hot sun of Vulcan as the wind is whipping the sand all around you.
Hot.
I shall take a look about. This cannot be real.
Well, you won, my love.
What?
You got what you wanted. You won. And Valak, you look down at your hands. You're holding a lurpa. And down the blade is trickling a bead of green blood.
I shall throw it down.
It's too late for that now, my love. And a figure walks forward, out of the blowing sands as you realize you're standing atop this plateau. It's Oro.
This is not
What?
real.
Huh?
This is not real.
I may not be real, my love, but what you did is. I no longer live because you wanted to win me.
It is the Vulcan way.
To think with your heart and not your logic? No, I thought logically. I knew it would be the only way to get what I wanted.
No. You're wrong. You followed passion, not logic. We were meant to be together. The marriage was arranged.
And
This isn't real.
agreed. I made a gamble and I lost.
We both lost.
Yes. Yes, we did. And she picks up the lurpa and she swings it at you. And with that, your eyes shoot open and Rugan and Maselli are standing in front of you. Having now noticed that you're just staring off into space.
Could I use my medical tricorder to try and run a scan of him to see if there's anything I can detect that's wrong with him?
Oh, sure. In fact,
Alright.
you have a psychiatry focus on this.
Hey, nice.
Give me an insight medicine. Difficulty 3 roll.
Do we have any momentum?
Nope.
Do you mind if I take a threat then?
Yeah, go for it.
Oof. I'm gonna take the threat. I hate to do this, but we might actually have to turn this into a 4-parter because I really have to get going soon. I feel really bad about it, and I know I'm not going to be able to run next week.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm fine.
It's just because there are still more things I need to cover in this story, and I don't have another hour and a half to tell it in.
okay,
I have like 10 minutes, and I can't wrap everything up.
okay, yeah, that's fine.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Well, just handle it with the other GM, and we'll see it next week.
Yeah,
Or have next week be a spin-off or something, I don't know.
yeah, we'll see. I'm really sorry to do this to you guys again.
no, it's okay. It's just how the cookie crumbles.
Mhm.
Can't get mad at you because of timing. It's
Mhm.
not your fault.
Anyways, you guys did great. As you guys continue on into the tomb, Maselli, you start poring over your information, and it looks like whatever this is induced. Whatever's going on is inducing some kind of psychic emotional attack, causing hallucinations tied to powerful parts of the part of the brain that induces memories.
Okay, well, we'll see the conclusion next time.
Yeah,
Anyway, great game.
yeah, I had a lot of fun. This was